Actually, if I could get a start here. Good night, good evening, Lord. Me no know. Yo, I'm just coming out of the cold, man. It is extremely cold where I'm coming from. Extremely cold. I'm trying to see if I can turn on the chat view so that way I can look at that. But it's extremely cold where I'm coming from. It's much of whatever it is right now. How are y'all doing this evening? Oh, not this evening. What's going on? What's going on, friends? What's happening? Brodie is upset. This is a wonderful day. What a topic we had. So- Some people get upset this morning. Some never as upset. Hit the like button when you come in, please, because that's exactly how we boost this up. I think I wanted to get into Brodie's topic plus another like a topic at the same point, but we're here. I'm on. Nanya, good night, good night, good night, good night. I finally make it back to Williams. I think that's what they call it in Arizona. Williams. And yeah, I'm finally back in. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. If you're going to go out to the Grand Canyon, boy, don't go there in the Christmas. Don't go there in the winter. Don't go there in the winter for sure. All right. Let us discuss this particular topic. All right, let's discuss this topic because I feel like today we had something going on, and now finally on one where we can really talk about this. Let me see if we can pin this now. Give me one moment. Finally, I get a chance to really talk to you guys. Let's work on this. Finally, I get a chance to talk to you guys on this particular topic. We not care, let me go right off of the cuff. I don't care about Angelina and Brodie's relationship. Them know for work it out. But I think there is something in there to ask about. And I think that someone raised it this morning. I'm having fun. I am having fun. It's cold, but I'm having fun. I mean, may I try my best because it's cold. Um, You'll be in Apple Valley until tomorrow. Good God, it's freezing. This freezing weather is not my type of weather, Nanya. Honestly, this is not my type of weather. The people who live in the cold, my hat's off to you. If you live in the cold, my hat's off to you. I cannot do it. I've come to realize that I'm a wuss. It's what it is. I am a wuss. When it comes to cold weather, I'm a wuss. I'm sorry to tell y'all guys. I'm a wuss. I'm just a wuss. I'm sorry. I'm a wuss right now at this point in time. So basically, what's been taking place is with whatever is happening with the Brodie situation. Let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been riding around for a little bit. Get my head back together.
What's going on? Can I get a hug? Can I get some love?
So you know I went by there to get the mail, right? Mm-hmm. And Angelina's got some guy in the house. I pull up, there's this red truck sitting in the driveway. So immediately I'm thinking like, whose truck is this? Why is this truck in my driveway? Mm-hmm. And you know she's got a man in there for a house that I'm paying for? Mm. Oh my God, some nerve. Then she calls over the girls. So Ashley and Shayla show up. And everybody's getting on me about why am I so upset? I'm upset because I'm paying mortgage for a house that she's got another man in.
All right. This was what I think the argument is. If you're going to come in with the argument from that Brodie cheated, so Angelina is cheating, you're wrong. That's not what the argument is. That's not where this conversation is. If you are coming in with that in your mind, leave that out. Terry, I'm not coming to New York. Right off of the bat, I'm not coming to New York. You understand? All right. Me not come to New York. Me already understand New York temperatures are terrible. Me used to live in Pennsylvania and I used to drive to New York. Me already know it miserable. O'Neill is done with the cold. No sound. Refresh your screen. No sound. Hold on. Refresh your screen, guys. Refresh. Refresh. Hold on. Let me refresh it. New York temperatures are terrible. Refresh. Pennsylvania and I used to drive to New York. Me already know it miserable. O'Neill is done with the cold. Refresh. No sound. Refresh. Please refresh. Let me tell you how to refresh, guys. Refresh. From the other day, the YouTube platform is terrible. Please refresh. All right. So okay. So let's work into this. If you're coming in this conversation and your starting point is to say that Brodie has cheated, so because of that, Angelina is right because she's cheating, you're not arguing the same thing. We're arguing two different things. We're arguing two different things. What I think people is arguing, which is a very sensible argument. If there's no sound, just refresh, guys. I can hear the sound on my YouTube end. What I think people is arguing is the mere fact that he is paying for the house. And Angelina have a man at the house, and he's saying, of all those times that I've cheated, I've never taken a woman in the house because of respect for you. Even though me a cheat, me still have some base level of respect for you, the woman, by not bringing a woman into the house. And he must say, you won't even give me the same courtesy. If you're going to be with a man, that's fine. But at least give me the courtesy of cheating with, of doing a thing with the man outside of the house. That's what the argument is. That is exactly what the argument is. If it's going in and out, it might be the YouTube platform. That's what it is.
And guess what? He's wearing my clothes. My favorite sweater. The one the girls bought me for Christmas. What kind of mess is that?
Brodie.
Tell you what, she better have that man out the house. I know that much.
Brodie, she done moved on. You moved on? Is she not allowed to move on?
She is allowed to move on, Pam. But the problem is that the man just has said it's unfair for him to be paying for the house, right? And that's the deal. That's what he's saying. Brodie, the only thing you should be mad at is that Angelina is allowing these to wear your clothes. So Cassie must say it's fine as well for the new man for coming at the house. Malcolm is saying there's no respect at all. This is what I'm trying to get from y'all. Paying for the house and wearing my clothes. Put yourself in the shoes of let's say you were a woman, right? And you cheat on me. I kicked you out. You own the house nonetheless. And I have a woman over there wearing your clothes. I want to know, how would you feel about that? That's what the argument is. Pam said, is that what you're upset about the house? Because Diesel, I lay a pipe. Hold on, let's run into it. Where I'm upset about, but that's what the argument is.
I don't care about her moving on. But what she's not going to do is have some man in a house that I'm paying for.
You sound big mad.
Oh, man, I don't like being disrespected like that.
Brodie.
I think Brodie's communicating. At this point, I think Pamela is gaslighting. It feels like Pamela is gaslighting. Angelina had the audacity to give these Brodie's clothes. Shake my head. She really messy and disrespectful. That's what it is. You have your new person in my clothes. That's exactly the argument. They need to split even and move on. But you know what? Split even. So not only do you have the man in your clothes, but you also is asking for a 90-10 split. I don't think people understand what you're giving the man and what him reacting to. And like him say, him not care if she move on. The point is that we have is that you have the man named I understand Brodie is pissed because he's paying for the mortgage and Angelina won't sign the divorce papers and there's a man in there. That's the problem. That's where I think people refuse to understand what's going on. To me, Pamela right now is gaslighting. Pamela is gaslighting. Pam is gaslighting Brodie. That's what she's doing. At this point, I think Pamela is gaslighting Brodie. That's not this has nothing to do with Angelina because you hear him tell you straight off of the cuff. He just said it. Him saying the mind she moving on. Pam is trying to make it about her. Thank you very much, Roshan. This is not about her. Listen, me never quite understand it until you guys explain this, man, and you guys said what you said to me. Anton was mad, although he didn't see Victor in the house. Exactly. So imagine Victor being at the house with the clothes on. Angelina dirty. And it's a 90-10 split. 90-10. You go and do all of this and then you want a 90-10 split. That's the problem. Angelina should have just divorced Brodie and take the house. If she had done that, then Brodie would not have had anything to say who Angelina brought into that house. She wouldn't. Go to a hotel if you want to do that. I think that's the argument people are bring up and un argument valid. I'm not gonna tell you any lie. I've learned something from y'all today. Un argument at first O'Neill saw it very simplistic, but I think you guys had a bunch of me like want to go to an argument. I think it was simplistic, but to bring an argument in there. O'Neill was very simplistic, and I think that y'all brought some light to it. Bring a whole heap of perspective. That's why I love talk to y'all now, because go see certain stuff. The minute these men are understandably livid about the other man having sex in their houses, they're actively paying me. They have to somehow still have feelings according to the viewers. They have feelings. Angelina says Brodie was missing some of the payments. So Diesel is staying in there in the months Angelina is paying for. No, Brodie's still a pay feet. He's not missing any of the months them. She's trying to make it sound like that's what it is, but that's not what the deal is. Pam need to listen and understand what Brodie is saying. That's what I think. I think Pam a gaslight. I think Pamela is gaslighting Brodie. That's what she's doing.
It's not your house anymore. I know you still pay for it, but that's not your house anymore. This is your home.
She's wrong. She's wrong. She has said that is not Brodie's house. Let me ask you something. Is that still Brodie's house? And this is now where I think we have a lot to talk about. Is this still Brodie's house? Let me ask y'all the questions. O'Neill, do you think Angelina wanted to see Diesel today on purpose? Yes. Yes, Goddess Land, I believe so. The mail is a placeholder. Right, Nanya? Go to the hotel, Diesel truck at the park, or something else. I think that's what the argument is. If you want to come in here and argue cheating versus cheating, that's not the argument. You're losing the argument. You missed the point. Where I think people are arguing principle. We're arguing principle. The anti-reviews will come in. I think people are arguing the principle of it. We're not arguing the cheating, we're arguing the principle. I think that's what people are arguing. Diesel did the repairs to the home. He is working and you left the clothes. Okay. Let me see want to say if it's Angelina's house, yes, or if it's Brodie's house, yes or no. Steffi, let me see your comment, Steffi. Let me look at your comment, Steffi. I'm going to look at your comment and read your comment. Give me one moment, Steffi. I'm going to read your comment. Stephanie, give me one moment. Let's see if I can find a comment. Yes, Nanya, I agree. Give me one moment. Friends, we're going to get on this one today because the topic is too, I think you guys have something. Y'all have a very, very good topic. Want to really have some good things like this. This is just like Anthony and Shayla. Anthony paying the bills and Iman getting the goods. So Angelina need to move out too. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is just like Anthony and Shayla. Anthony paying the bills and Iman getting the goods. Thank you very much. Stephanie, I think you cracked the code. This is why this one is so difficult, because people have made comments on something else and now them come back here so with a different viewpoint and we're saying it can't work. And I think so a lot of you viewers kept me very honest this morning. I mean, I complained first at Brodie, whatever it may be, but y'all kept me very, very honest. And I love how to keep me very honest. I love how to keep me honest. I love how to really keep. When I say only no, it can't be like that only because the truth is principle. I'm say, what do you mean principle? And a lot. Dove Star was the first person who said it. Whose comment me read first? Maybe some other people said it, but Dove Star was the first person. I'm say, you know what? That makes sense. Principle is the principle people are talking about. Now, let me pinpoint something to you. This is how marriage works. If something were to happen to that house, Brodie will be on the line because he named up on the title. This is why Brodie is correct about him house. Stephanie, thank you for that comment. Hold on. If something happened to Angelina, if something happened to that house, Brodie would be on the hook. In other words, let's just say there is nothing paid for it or any of those things. The deal is this. Brodie would be on the hook for that house. And that is where I think the people might argue from. That's what I think people might argue from. I'm paying for another man to hunt in the house that I'm paying for. That's where the people might argue. I want y'all to clear your mind of the femininity. Because I know you have some lady them coming with the femininity. I know that are the argument today. Don't come with that. Don't come with that argument. That's what's going on here. So, and right now, Pamela is trying to make it about herself.
You keep on toiling around with that That's my house. That's my house. Yeah, you still pay over there, but this is your house. She gonna do what she wanna do, just like you do what you wanna do over here.
But his name is on the house, and so because him named it on the house, Pamela, him still have to watch it. Him still have to watch it. Think about it, now, ladies. If you're married and a man get your credit cards and him run it up, you're still responsible, you know. Even if you run it up, you run up the credit cards, you know. Even if your husband were to cause some issues and run up your credit card, you would be liable for that credit card. So, in other words, Brodie can't just Lego the house like that because attached to it. And I think that is the point, Panawan here. If you're coming for argue the cheating, we're not arguing that. Do you understand? Well, that explains why his mail isn't forwarded. Exactly because it's still his house. Angelina tried to get her marriage back. Brodie refused. Brodie is financially liable along with Angelina for the home. Exactly. That is exactly what's going on. Is Brodie living there? I thought he just spent the night. No, Brodie's not living there. His name is on the rental property for Pam as well. Exactly. Him named upon the thing them. Him named upon the house. And him a wear Brodie favorite sweater. I wear out Brodie sweater. And I wear out Brodie sweater in the instant of it. Thank you very much. So I think Brodie has an argument. Pamela needs to understand that she's still the mistress. Thank you, Ashley. Just like I'm going to put Diesel in place this morning, Pamela needs to go in her place as well. So Pamela now has passed her place and understand that this no concern her. And where she should be at is saying, well, we need to get a divorce. Pamela needs to hush because little did she know Brodie turned her down when she tried him. Him don't want Angelina. Exactly. This is not like the Anthony and Shayla. Why? Because that's that man's wife and house, and they are still married. Shayla was Anthony's side hoe, just like Pam. But they are saying, just like how Anthony had the house paying for and Iman was living there, they must say then if you wanted Iman to leave, so it's the same instant in this. That's the argument. Pamela is too much into this. If you are married, do not bring another person that you're in a relationship to do so in your marital home. That's what Nanya say. And Nanya, me really and truly, I've learned something from y'all today. Me never really looked on it like that before. I've never really thought about it, but y'all brought a lot of very good ideas. No, I have to give y'all it. Una really have brought a lot of light to this. I want to say no, it's the respect of the home. That's my argument. The man asked for a divorce to be free, but Angelina won't give it to him. That's the next thing. So for the ladies them who are butter Brodie, remember Brodie is the one that has been asking for a divorce and Angelina has failed to give it to him, you know. That's why I say if you come in with feminist point of views and going to lose. Because we don't really know all of the intricacies of it. Why hasn't Angelina given Brodie the divorce yet? That is true. This scenario is like Amber's, except women weren't friends and no baby. Evelina put him out, then got caught in the bed with Sheho, right? Amber is a loving wife. Evelina is not. That's what it is. Brodie needs to get a divorce and be done with it, but he's trying that. Hold on, man. Hold on. Did Brodie ask for a divorce? I think we don't remember the story now. Hold on, I think we don't remember the story. Remember, said the man we are trying that is complaining about the house did ask for it, you know. Guys, no cursing. No cursing, guys. That's Sunday. Cannot curse for Sunday. Please, do. I agree wholeheartedly. It's between Brodie and Angelina. Yes, Gigi. I also said that. Just like I'm a bash Diesel today and said Diesel is a mama man for getting in the middle of a man and his wife. You have no business being in between a man and his wife. If O'Neal is a side man, I need to stay in a side man's place. If O'Neal was being a side man, I need to stay in a side man's place. Me not have no business with that. Let me see what I say here, so. Let me see what I say. Brodie not going to sign the papers because of the 90-10 split. Exactly. You're trying to get 90-10 of a man in the house and of a man in my clothes. I think you're gone too far. So that's why. So in other words, Angelina doesn't really want a divorce. That's the question. The question is, does Angelina want a divorce? Does Angelina want a divorce. The assets them they're the friends. Because remember, this is being discussed by those who are married and those who are unmarried. So the people who are married don't need to speak up how marriage work. Diesel's for getting him crazy. What's the Diesel mad? It's a long time. Diesel mad, yes. Iman wasn't living with Shayla. Anthony opted to continue to pay her bills even with Iman sleeping over there. No, he didn't opt to do that because eventually Anthony kept saying it is unfair for him to be paying the bills when a man lived there. Eventually, Anthony was saying that. When I talk about guys, when I look like I'm gonna forget this thing. Angelina hasn't signed the divorce papers. That's exactly what's going on. For the ladies them coming in with your feminine cloak on, take it off. This is for people who are gonna discuss this equally. I've already bashed Brodie upon the whole idea of being a man, but he must say, he's saying, listen what the man has say. Me hear when I say, Miss Wright says, Brodie started the disrespect first when he zelled and paid Pam out of the account. But that's another thing. On all levels. When Angelina threw him out, she said, we can go 50-50 and she keep what? I don't think that's what Brodie's argument is. Brodie's argument, again, is that you bring a man in the house. That's what I want to talk about. You have to talk about the man in the house. You can't equate it to nothing else. That's where the argument is. That is where the argument has stopped at. There is a man in the house. That's where the argument there.
You over here getting so mad. What are you really mad about?
Not mad.
You seem like you are really mad.
It's just that I'm spending my hard-earned money for that house.
Are you mad about the money or are you mad about her?
Pam is talking too much. And Pam now really and truly planting. This is how you lose a man, because you start planting seeds when it exists in the man's mind. Listen to him, I tell you. Him upset the mere fact that you have a man named house. That's the deal with Pam right now.
Which one is it? Because I ain't feeling this.
Yeah, because you're gaslighting him, you're not going to feel it because you're gaslighting because he's complain about the house. Why am I not supposed to complain about it? Why should he not? No woman would have done this. Uno sit down and pay for the house. You know what? Let me ask you a question. All right, no worries. Would you pay for a house that your husband is cheating, is having another woman in? This is for the ladies them. Since as on depend, since as on want tell me say Brodie wrong. Let me ask y'all a question, ladies. No, let me ask you a question. Angelina wrong for having the man at the house. The point blank. There is nothing else to think. That's the argument. This is wrong to wear Brodie's clothes and flaunt them in his face. Let them get in their groove. Let them get their groove thing on in Diesel's trunk. Get out of Brodie's house. That's the deal. A grown man, he might pay for a grown man stay there. May I ask you a question, ladies? Come out on the thing now and tell me me, let's just say me and you are together. And I'm in a house that you're paying for. I have a girl in there. And I'm doing the okey pokey with the girl. Would you still be paying for the house? Before you tell me anything else, more you know that. Because that is the situation we are faced right now. That are the 9 yards. You can go around it. You can try to see if you can skirt your way around it. You can feminine your way around it. Me not even want you to give me from the masculine perspective either, because I'm not talking from a masculine perspective. May I flip it around so you can look at what it looks like. Would you be paying for it? Pam just needed to shut up and listen, trying to make everything about her isn't going to help the situation. Thank you, Roshan. She got to lose Brodie like that. What Pam has done is that she stopped the communication of Brodie's expressing his feelings, and that is bad on her end. Thank you very much. These are all women make things about them when it's not supposed to be about them. That's what Pamela has just done. I agree the host. I would never. Exactly. And that's the point. You see a true answer, Miss Wright? This is what the people are saying. They're saying that Brodie not incorrect into how him feel because you wouldn't do this. You just wouldn't do it. You would not pay for your house. You'd complain. This is what the true feeling is. If you want to understand this point, which is why I had to I had to step back this morning, Miss Right, like yourself. I had to step back and listen to Dubstar, listen to Nanya. Who else did I talk again? There's a couple other people in the chat that they were bringing this to light with O'Neill. And I said, hold on, O'Neill. Because at first I'm like you, hey, cheating is cheating. But them said, no, O'Neill, hold on, O'Neill. I don't mind the cheating. But how you do it is principles. And I said, interesting. And I had to contemplate this and ponder and say, well, O'Neill, would you want to be paying for a house like that with a next man in there? You're not doing the hokey pokey. So flip it round. And when you flip it round, the answer is no. You wouldn't do it. So because you wouldn't do it, him right in what he's arguing about. That's why I'm right. That's exactly why I'm right. Because she should have go do it somewhere else. The point of the matter I think he's raising is him not care. She can move on.
Which one is it? You
know,
mad
I
she's
don't care
moving
about
on? Oh, come
She
on.
needs to move on.
Is that how you really feel? Be honest.
You know how I feel.
I'm asking. Because you're very upset. And I don't know if it's just about the money.
Pure gaslighting.
You know what? I'm just gonna let her, just whatever. If she can have a man in there, and be a man in there. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Pamela has missed an opportunity. One journey says, yes, Angelina should not have had a man in her marital home. It's happening more often than not. Listen, Pamela has missed an opportunity to communicate with Brodie. Because I think he said exactly what he wanted to say here. So she asked him if it's okay. And that's what the deal is right here. So see, everybody has said him now pay for ish. That's what I say. I'm sure no. None of y'all said yes. None of the women that were just defending Angelina a while ago said yes. Funny enough, when I flip around the script and say, well, tell you what, me and you there together. I'm in there with a woman. And you have paid the bills them. Would you be paying the bills them? Would you be okay with that? And nobody is saying yes. Nobody at all is saying yes, right? Everybody has said no. So it means Brodie is actually correct in what he's saying. I think that is what exactly I think this is the only point him having there. Now the cheating piece, that can work out. Hey, cheating or cheating, me can't get into the middle of that. It's a marital thing. I also felt that Diesel was too much in the people's business. Diesel should have did leave long ago. Angelina is always talking about the 1,000,000 times Brodie cheated. Why is she trying to not to divorce him? That's also the question. And this is a homeless man laying pipe in the house that I pay bills for. That's what's going on. How does a man in the middle of a divorce use money to purchase his side piece of house? That's another topic. If you're going to get into that topic, yes, Brodie incorrect, Jewel. If that's a topic you want to go down, Brodie will be incorrect. We already agree with you. I think the chatters conceded. Them concede to all of those other things. The chatters conceded. I have conceded. The point people were raising is the principle of what occurred. That's what them upset about. People upset about the principle. Also, people is upset with the mere fact that she hasn't signed the divorce papers. 50-50, she don't want that. She want 90-10. Remember, so the man instigate a divorce. In other words, him willing to give Angelina something, Him just no want give her 90%. That's the thing. Him just don't want give her 90%. What we have come to, over every day to check on the house until the divorce. Bull. Let the woman go on and move on. Give the woman 90% and take your loss. Why? Why, David? Why? Davis, why? Why? Would you give up 90% of your assets? No, you probably wouldn't. You're talking about a middle-aged man. You're talking about a middle-aged man starting from scratch. Stop act like you don't know this work. And a middle-aged woman wouldn't do it either. Why she must just start from scratch? Even if me had a middle-aged wife, me have a wife. She middle-aged. She passed a certain particular portion. Why you think it's go easy if you just give me a 90-10 split even though she cheat? I think y'all are unrealistic when you look upon it. Just say give it 90%. 90%? Sometimes I don't know, sometimes I think y'all just, I don't know. I think y'all really just go over whatever it may be. All right. 90%. If you just give it 90% just so just because. Hey, just give it, man. Just give up the 90%. What you mean? Just give up the 90%. Why not? Just give up the 90%. Yeah, man. If you just give up the 90%. Just give up the 90%. Pamela sounds stupid. But does he really want that though? Does he want Angelina miserable though? Because I think he want divorce her. Him ask for a divorce. him ask for a divorce, you know. Remember, you know, it's not like him not ask for a divorce. He has asked to get a divorce. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, let it go because this Diesel wearing the man clothes, eh? He said he could start over. He could start over, but again, nobody wants to start over, friends. Listen, take this out of the mind. Nobody wants to start over. Even if I had a wife and she cheated and I want to divorce her, I don't expect her to want to start over. No one wants to start over because it is tough to start over. Pamela can say anything she wants to say. That's what I talk about. But anyway, again, the other piece of it, hey, it in the here. I wasn't really concerned about that part. I really was more concerned about the principle of it. I'm really concerned about the principle of what Brodie was talking about. That was the point some people raised, and I said, you know what, that's a very interesting topic. That seemed to be the interesting topic. The other cheating piece of it, we conceded on them parts long ago. I've conceded on those parts long ago and let it go. Okay, let me jump into this because we didn't get a chance to do this. We never got a chance to switch gear to. We never got a chance to switch gears. We never get a chance to talk about the Tamira story. How Tamira, we said Tamira rich and switch. I want to say no, some people say no, some people say yes. I wanted to bounce back to this because I had promised that we would discuss this. It all boils down to what can be proven. What we know from the skit alone is that Angelina will lose big time in this divorce. Brodie can prove what Angelina speaks about. Marita Mayer's comment. Angelina knows that she can hold on to Brodie by asking for Tambam. That's what's happening. That is what is happening. This is what I wanted people to get. But I don't know if them get that. When you don't want to negotiate, you ask for a ridiculous sum. You ask for something that you don't think the person is going to concede on. Angelina does not want Brodie to leave based on the 90%. Angelina does not want to divorce Brodie. She wants her own way, but she don't want to divorce Brodie. That's what's going on. In case you don't read the play. In case you guys haven't read the play, Angelina does not want to divorce Brodie. Contrary to what y'all believe, she doesn't want to divorce Brodie. Or else she wouldn't ask for 90%. Exactly. This is what she wanted. This is why she give the 90% in there. If she really was concerned about leaving Brodie about the cheating, then she would have taken 50% long ago and go about her business. The 90% is comical. She write the 90% because she know him now and agree to it. So that's her way of holding on to him. That's what I want to come with first. She can't say adultery because she's in the same boat. Thank you very much, Vanetta. Thank you very much. I say, this is what me catch the people I'm with because them quick for sure they've got to jump on the woman's side. I say, remember, it's Angelina. Thief in crooked Angelina. Crooked Angelina. Anyways, let me jump over to the storyline because I think, let me give the storyline the half an hour that I wanted to give it. Give me some time. I'm jump into this thing with Tamira. Let's go into this. Let's go.
I just feel like you just gotta get to where you're going, but I want to get there in class and comfort. You know what I mean? I don't want to be worried if my car is gonna break down. Like, no.
Tamira, you think you care about what kind of car a man drives? Like, do you judge him off that?
All right, stop that right there. So, Dove Star, thank you for coming in. I did big you up a lot today, and I did say that you were one of the comments that I read, and I had to I had to take a step back. Think about what you were saying. So, Dove Star, I want to big you up on that, and not just Dove Star. There are a couple of the people in the chat too. None of you always drop good gems. None of you always drop good gems, right? But me just remember specifically Dove Star's comment. I couldn't get a chance to read all of them. I know y'all posted comments in there, but me really had to get that in there. So, Tamira Angelina doesn't want to lose to Pam, just like how people say Amber doesn't want to lose to Shayla. All right. All right. So let me jump into this. I want to jump into this. Is Tamira changing? This was the question we were getting into. I said the honeypot girl had changed, right? I would be shocked if she walked away with 30%. She even scales. There's nothing that can do to reverse what she's already done today. She could, I think 50-50 them could have walked with. I believe them could have walked with 50-50. It's all about that until Angelina does the thing. Get the likes up the thing there, guys. Get the likes up to 100 right here. So please hit the like button, friends. Hit the like button. Nani has told you how to hit the like button, please, friends. Hit the like button. Quick question here, friends. Quick questions. Because I'm on here tonight to do. I'm there tonight to do. Let's go. Only 92 check-ins. Get some check-ins, please. Hit the like button, friends. Get the like up. Hit. Come on, friends. Hit the like button. Thank you very much, Nanya. Hit the like button, friends. Hit the like button. Has Tamira changed, friends? Has Tamira changed? Has Tamira changed? That's where we are.
I wouldn't say judge per se, but I mean, I feel like it does matter.
Really?
Yeah, like you gotta have your stuff together.
Like what? Like what kind of car? What level of a car matters?
I mean, it's different levels, right? Mm-hmm. It's depending on
but
what
your
he
man,
does.
a guy that you would deal with, what kind of car is okay for you to get in?
I mean, my man, he drives a Ferrari. He got the Rolls Royce.
Ooh,
he got
talk it.
the Maybach. You know what I'm saying? We got choices. So
Yeah.
but that's Wayne. Not everybody else is on that level. So,
But even before Wayne, you were like that? Like, if a man didn't have a nice car, you're just like, oh, you ain't got it together, or what?
I guess I never really thought about it before. Yeah, but
Okay, so let's work into this. I think why people are asking this question. This is why the question is being asked. Tamira came in as the girl who is humble, and she's a Mother Mary, basically. In other words, them carry her in like she's a Mother Mary. You know, oh my God, She came in as the Mother Mary. Oh, I'm just so humble. You know, I'm from humble beginnings. There's nobody more humbler than me. I mean, I'm grateful for $1. I'm grateful for $2. You know, I'm not a gold digger at all. I have not changed. You know, I'm the same today as I was yesterday. That's how Tamira come in. That's why Wayne said she was 90s. That's why Wayne said she was 90s type of fine. So the question is this: is Tamira? Is Tamira still 90s type of fine? Because the thing with the girl in the 90s, you know, is the girl in the 90s were soul women. This is what's going on here. So Tamira thinks that she's entitled to her finer things in her life with being with Wayne. Hold on. It more than just that. In other words, because this is a very good topic. This is a very, very good topic. The honeypot has changed. May I ask the question? You can't judge a character by the car. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's what's going on here, so. Undercover 304, O'Neill. Tamira's undercover 304 is shining. It's starting to beam out. Thank you very much for super chat, Terrian. Her undercover. You don't like T. O'Neill. That's not true. That is not true. But let's run into it a little bit more. That's not true.
I feel like just the frequency that I'm on, what you have represents, like what you're doing. And if you have your stuff together.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I love Iman so much. Even if he didn't have a nice car, he wasn't rich, I just really like the person that he is.
So if you didn't have a car, you would be okay with that?
I mean, I just feel like he is extremely high frequency. Like, I don't know.
But if he didn't have a car,
All right, we all know say everything when Sheila talk about is foolishness. We cannot skip past it. Nothing that Sheila is telling me, I believe. I will never believe anything Sheila is saying because I've seen her operated. We know Sheila operate. All of what she's talking about is utter garbage. She can't sell none of this, and we're not buying it. I'm not buying this by no stretch of the imagination. I would never buy this. So that's what's going on right here, so, right? I'm not buying this at all from Sheila. I'm not. Her clothing has not changed. Well, her inside is obviously changing, obviously.
be okay with that?
Shayla,
I'm just
actually
saying, I just
really
really-
surprised to hear you say that.
I think when you fall in love, it's just like you see things a little bit differently. But of course, that's easy for me to say because he is rich. He does have a car. But I'm just saying, if he didn't have that, I really just like the person that he is.
That had nothing to do with anything like what he has.
Okay, so if a guy now comes along and you and Wayne are not together, how would you feel if they didn't have a car, but you like their vibe and their frequency and?
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. You can't really move backwards after you experience something like that.
Ooh.
That's where she has changed for me. That's why I'm asking her, has she changed? She's always had men with means except the pastor's son. Interesting how to think the pastor's wife didn't like Tamira for her son. Tamira said Wayne changed her. She's making her lazy. Hold on. Nanya, that's exactly what I said. The first thing seen Tamira in these skits. They make her as a whole lot and down. We know that she could be a Mother Mary, right? Dating a drug dealer, she couldn't be a Mother Mary. Well, that's so them present her, and then present her as a Mother Mary, yes. But she has become a 2026 shallow. Exactly. She has changed. Shayla have so much influence on these girls, they really change and start looking like her. The question me I try getting on the head is this. Has Shayla's influence on the honeypot girl changed her? That's the question. In other words, the Tamira that would work at the little shop and do whatever it is, that's the deal. Yes, no longer character first, but money is now the first. Usually money wasn't the first thing on Tamira's mind, but no, money is not the first thing. Thank you very much for that one journey. Wayne will see the real Tamira soon. She has changed. You're not going to get as much as Wayne. She's changed. She tell her just now that she can't move back to a man. And the funny thing is this. The funny thing with this is this. Women will say that they have increased their standards, right? Women will say this thing. I want one a woman. Let's talk. A woman will say, you know what, I've increased my standards, so now, I think I need to get the guy that's making $300,000 and I don't want another guy. But yet still a guy who makes $400,000 and $500,000, even if him date a woman that's on his level. Well, even if him date a woman that makes the same amount of money as him still could date a woman that makes less than him. That's the difference with all of this, Him still could date a girl and love a girl that's making less than him. That's what I was saying to y'all. All of a sudden, the car is an issue. Why do we have to suffer through the next waiting on the exhale to group? Why do we have suffer through this? Next, waiting to because I think we were discussing it, Dubstar, and a lot of people were saying Tamira didn't change, and I think I wanted to know what was their thing behind. These girls are materialistic. Tamira talks too much. Eventually, one of these women, if not both, will use all of what she has said against her. This was a conversation we never finished, Dubstar, so I wanted to make sure I came back and finish it because it looked like the honeypot girl has changed. It looked like she has changed. She always adjusts to who she dates. She used to be a trap girl, a church girl, etc. So she's a chameleon. Where you say she's a girl that can change it. Waiting to exit. It's a Dubstar or something else. I can't remember a Dubstar. So let's run into it. That's what's going on right here. So
Not move backwards.
Not Miss
What
90s.
you mean?
Not Miss 90s, girl.
Not move
Stop.
backwards. You right though.
Don't do that.
Like you can't go from a Rolls Royce to a Honda at this point. So I guess you are a Rolls Royce girl.
Exactly. So basically,
I don't like the way y'all saying it though, because it's not even like that. Okay, I feel like, I don't know, my eyes are opening to a lot of different things. Like sometimes I don't even feel like going to work.
now, did you see what I was saying when I was saying that the modern girls? I hope y'all are taking in what I'm saying. When Wayne and Iman says all you have to do is just pay them some money and that should be fine, this is what he's talking about. This is what he's talking about. Women have now commoditized love so much. That is really, that's all men shows them, because women have a lot, and by women I mean the younger girls, have now shown that all they care about is the money. This is what I was talking about and we were pointing to the other day. I've shown you how women have changed. Women don't want love no more, and money women want. Women are now looking more for the money than anything else. I hate to hear her say that she was getting lazy. That's what happened, Miss Right. She said she start get lazy. Rule number 1, don't get lazy upon a money man. Shayla's lazy 304 spirit is all over Tamira. Can you imagine? Some way, somehow. Old car doesn't define income. Them should have know that. They call them not even know that. You know how much people I see who are extreme millionaires and them have older cars? Them just into older cars. But that's where they are right now. Them into the whole idea of that's what it is. I'm educated and have a career, but love being a housewife more. But this is where our young girls are gone to these days. I'm going to say, adios to them gone. The man, them want to buy them, you know.
You
don't feel like going to work
around here?
No.
why not?
I mean,
Because you get $30,000 a month.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
I'm like,
so now
that is the statute of where you are now. That's the level where you are now. So you
I mean,
can't go
I guess
down, right?
so, but-
so you can't judge people who are like that now because they started out at a certain level.
Right. Welcome to the club, Tamira.
I guess so. If I wasn't passionate about the dance studio, I wouldn't be going. I feel like Wayne kind of making me lazy.
Yeah, Wayne got you put up. We should start a podcast. We'll probably get canceled.
In other words, she's saying, I have changed. Basically, what's going on is she's saying, I have changed. Tamira is saying, guys, and you can't go around now, Tamira fans. Tamira is saying, I have changed. She changed. She changed. That's what she's saying. I have changed. Tamira said, I've changed. That's what she'll tell you right now. So all of the other things, she changed. She changed right now. Women date man kind of car. You have or what a man can do for them. Things that's correct. What a man can do for them. Tamira have been working all her life and now she's feeling less stressed and relaxed. And I don't mind her being relaxed. But I think the thing is, she also don't want her to lose her. I don't mind her being relaxed, but I don't want her to have lost her edge. Remember me talk about Amber's edge, and I think Amber is still working. It look like Amber is still working. That's why Amber is trumping these girls, and because Amber still has a little business them going on. You can't lose your edge. Because when you lose your edge, you become like every other woman. That's what you don't understand. I'm glad my God Daddy taught us. Don't ever have to depend on another person. Get your own and save. And again, Nanya, a man wants to be a provider. But him don't want you lose your edge. I had a stupid in the first grade. She had a person in first grade say that all that she has to do is to open her legs to get anything she needs. Her environment taught her this. That's what's going on. You don't want to be okay. If you bring yourself down to the price of just your vagina, you will be easily bought. That's all I can say. Your commodity goes down. Contrary to belief, your commodity really and truly go down. But I guess, hey, maybe they're saying that women open them legs and then just win. That's all I'm saying. So maybe that's what they must say right now. Wayne leaves with money, and he said money means nothing to him. Amber only wanted his love, and he dogged her. He wants women who wants the money, so it's easy for him to walk away. Exactly. Exactly. I agree with that sentiment. That's Wayne, who loved to downgrade the characters to fit the standard around Shayla. No, Tamira really just wants to be kept and blames it on Wayne. Unbelievable. I want the pastor to come back now to see how he would see this side of her. Exactly. You remember when they make it look like she was the best in the world and the pastor them the terrible? Wayne would probably leave her if he stops going to the dance studio. He fell in love with her while she did all of that. Andrea, and that's what I'm saying. The woman that Wayne fell in love with is gone. That's the deal. The Tamira, this is what I said. The Tamira that Wayne fell in love with is gone. The Tamira that Wayne fell in love with is gone. That's what's going on right now. She gone. She don't exist. She doesn't exist anymore. That Tamira is gone. Joseph, she's not trying to work anymore. However, she does own property, and I think 2 investments. Who is that? Which one? Yes. Tamira likes the lifestyle that Wayne offers her. And I don't mind you liking the lifestyle, but just don't lose your edge. That's what O'Neil is saying. Don't lose your edge. Don't lose your edge. We say we stay hating. I don't think we're hating at all. I think we're discussing it and I ask if she changed. I don't think the people I'm hating. In fact, a lot of people are picking up for Tamira actually, Vanzel. So I think you have that one properly. Is O'Neil arguing the two sides of the coin? O'Neil has him like the fact that she says she's being kept, which is great. It sounds good. But I think also what O'Neil is also saying is that has she also changed now into a Shayla? Oh, but I forget. Me doesn't say you love Shayla, so yeah, you're going pretty much say that. You'll say something like that. That's fine. Me understand. Me get it. Me understand now. In the first grade, I don't think she's even understanding what she's saying. These skits are bad for that. All black women are not like that. Some want to build their own. Yes, they do, Angie, but unfortunately, there are a lot of women who get promoted to the airwaves, and they get promoted based on this type of lifestyle. And I think that's why this is floating to the top. So now it is indicative of people like us to push back against all of this and say, no, that's not where it's supposed to go. You must look for the man that matches you and that you and him can build an empire together. That's our duty on these skits. Wayne was talking to Anthony and he said the reason why he loves Tamira, she's the one because she doesn't care about all this stuff. His dad is so many women that they wanted the stuff. Exactly. And that's why I said that this Tamira is gone. Tamira should do some volunteer work at a homeless shelter to get help to put things back into her perspective. Well, I mean, I think she'll do that, you know. What's up, George? Where you up to, George? This is what her father was worried about. Miss Commentary, that's interesting. Yeah, but the thing is, you know, this is what I was saying the other day. Does money change people, or does it highlight who they really are? That's my question for you tonight. This was what I wanted to ask. The question was. The best of 25 music hits on the skits. I will have to try it, especially on New Year's Day. I will try it. That is correct, Dubstar. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. The story, the story supports the narrative about how the youth is being effective, and that's what they're trying to show you. They're trying to show you how things is changing. That's why a channel like mine, I created this channel so we could have pushback against the narrative out there. Wayne has a nice skit, and even though the things that you're seeing is very distasteful and you don't like it, it is also reality. That's the funny thing. I'm really just playing reality. Ask the men in the chat. You have someone out there, and I've shown it to you guys just from even just what you call it, from TikTok and all them kind of stuff. You from YouTube. I'm sure from a YouTube platform. That's the same with other women. Even with a marriage, if people worship money, then yes. So my thing has always been with this. My take on money all the times. I don't think money changes people. I think money accentuate the person you are. If you are an a-hole, money will accent it. If you are a terrible spender, money is going to accentuate it. If you're a very kind person, money going to accentuate it. If you're a good person, money going to accentuate it. Money accentuates the personality who you are. Notice some people, the moment them get money, them forget about you. It's not like you was a bad friend, and you never ever advise them ill. Them always come to you for assistance, but them get some money and them stop coming to you. It just accentuates who you are. That I'm a take for money. Money shows up the individual. Their true colors are realized. That I might take for money. In other words, I want people to get rich. But more want you to get rich so you can see the sound is gone. Just refresh it. Refresh, guys. Refresh. The sound is gone. Reboot. Just reboot, friends. Reboot. Reboot. Reboot, friends. Reboot. Just refresh and come back in. Reboot and come back in. Is the sound still there? Yep, it's still there. Just reboot, friends. Reboot. Yeah. I've come to understand that the deal with money is that money have a certain thing to it. I love this Andrea because Andrea, I used to think money change people now, but I think the money change people argument is a flawed premise. I think people use it because they want the whole money is the root of all evil thing, right? There's a money is the root of all evil thing that goes around, and it's a poverty consciousness. I don't think money really change you. Money accentuate the person that you are. So in other words, what I've learned from my lifetime is become a better person. And then money is going to magnify the person who you are. What I've learned is this. Become a better person and money will magnify that goodness. That's what I've learned. This is how I learn about money. This is what I learn. After a couple readings and a couple things, I know Vance is here. After a couple readings and a couple spiritual texts and a couple times of meditations and a couple times. Has it ended my session?